Tonight, a report on a new sushi restaurant in the works for Moses Lake and why Crescent Bar residents may have to pay for a new water system. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Wharton basketball gets home wins over White Swan, and Quincy Roundball drops 2 to Wapato. Here's a quick glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Hi everyone, Chaslin here at the Weather Center. Showers and thunderstorms mainly towards western parts of our state and mountain snow. Conditions will improve through our area. I have more details for you in just a bit.
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Grant County is selling $7.2 million in bonds to pay for remodeling the courthouse in Ephrata. The commissioners approved a resolution allowing the sale of the bonds. The funds pay for upgrades to the courthouse's electrical, heating, and air conditioning systems, as well as replacing windows. The money is being added to a $1.4 million grant the county received from the state for the restoration of the courthouse. Commissioner Cindy Carter said the county needed to be remodeled for some time and the interest rates were low, so the commissioners decided to pursue the bond. Commissioner Richard Stevens previously said the county is estimated to save roughly $30,000 to $40,000 a year on electricity after the improvements are made. A Wenatchee resident is planning on opening a new Japanese restaurant in Moses Lake near Walmart. Reporter Joe Utter has the details.
A permit has been submitted for a new sushi restaurant in Moses Lake. Jackie Chai, a Wenatchee resident, applied to open a Sumo Express Japanese restaurant in the former location of the Washington State Liquor Store. The 5,000 square foot place is located on 933 North Stratford Road near Petco and Walmart. Moses Lake building official Kevin Meyer said the restaurant is similar to a Panda Express, where the food is pre-made and people will get to pick and choose what they want. Plans call for space for up to 100 people. The building is going to require some remodeling to change it from its current commercial use to a restaurant. The project will not be delayed by the same traffic issues that stopped a planned Panda Express to be built on the other side of the driveway. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
2 Moses Lake students received a recommendation to military academies from a congressman. Representative Dan Newhouse announced his recommendation for Cole Deaver to the U.S. Military Academy and Heather Carbon to the U.S. Air Force Academy. Members of Congress can nominate candidates to 4 of the U.S. service academies, including the U.S. Military Academy, the U.S. Naval Academy, the U.S. Air Force Academy, and the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. The 2 seniors from Moses Lake High School were part of a group interviewed by Newhouse's Military Academy Advisory Board. The academies have the final choice whether the students will be admitted. A man accused of trying to rob a couple inside a Quincy trailer was sentenced to 33 days in jail. Gustavo Tapia, a 20-year-old Quincy resident, entered an in re-bar plea in Grant County Superior Court to retail theft in the 3rd degree. The in re-bar plea means Tapia doesn't admit to committing retail theft, but felt he'd be convicted of residential burglary and malicious mischief if the case proceeded. Tapia has 3 previous convictions for theft and fleeing police. He faced up to a year in jail for his conviction, but Judge John Nodell followed the attorney's recommendation and sentenced Tapia to 33 days in jail. Tapia and another man went to the victim's trailer, and when the man opened the door, Tapia and the other man tried to enter and began asking for the victim's money. The victim drew a knife and stopped the 2 men from entering the home. Tapia and the other man left the porch when they heard the woman inside calling police. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
When the cold rolls in, it's time to turn on the heater and cozy up with a book. But turning up the heat can mean higher electric bills. And for some families in tough times, that could mean choosing between a warm meal or a warm house. For decades, people like you have extended a hand to help local families in need pay those winter electric bills. Share the warmth this winter to help keep your neighbor warm by giving a little when you pay your Grant PUD bill.
Hi everyone, I'm Chaselyn Rodriguez bringing you your local weather. This weather segment is brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. Snow, sun, and rain within the next few days. For tonight, we're expecting drier conditions, especially through the overnight hours. Coming through on Thursday, dry and mostly sunny skies are expected, but that will be short-lived as another system will approach the area in form of rain due to those temperatures above freezing. Taking a closer look at the almanac within the past 24 hours, we started off with temperatures around the normal in the lower 20s, maximum temperatures slightly below the normal for this time of year, and for Moses Lake, temperatures slightly below the normal this morning, around 3 degrees below the normal for this time of year, but maximum temperatures very close to the average, which should be around 40 degrees. And that sunset for this evening was at 5:02 p.m. Right now outside your door, light snow, but conditions quickly improving, especially through the overnight hours. We're expecting dry conditions, temperatures in the lower 30s, with those winds pushing through pretty calmly from the northeast. Lots of cloud cover, mainly towards the west, showers and thunderstorms. All that moisture will continue shifting towards the Cascades. Mountain snow for the Cascades quickly dissipating, but then coming through on Friday, another round of precipitation. For Thursday, through the west, there is another round of showers and thunderstorms. All that moisture will continue shifting towards the Cascades. And then for our area, we're expecting mostly sunny skies for Thursday, but Friday, another round of precipitation for the west. So showers and thunderstorms for the coastal area within the next few days. Mountain snow for the Cascades. Temperatures remain above the normal in the upper 50s for the coastal area. Yakima in the upper 40s, and towards the inland northwest, temperatures from the mid 30s to upper 30s. Taking a closer look at our Columbia Basin. For Thursday, for our area, we're expecting dry conditions, mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the mid 40s. For Royal City, almost hitting that 50-degree mark. Bridgeport, 40 degrees is the maximum temperature. Moses Lake in the mid 40s. Taking a closer look at our extended forecast for the week. For tomorrow, we're expecting dry conditions. The threat of showers and thunderstorms will remain towards western parts of our state and mountain snow along the Cascades, but another system approaching our states by Friday, bringing us that threat of precipitation in form of rain for us due to those temperatures in the lower 40s and a gradual increase in temperatures for the weekend in the upper 40s, almost hitting that 50-degree mark. Dry conditions are expected for the weekend with lots of sunshine for the beginning of the work week, and then increasing cloud cover for next week, Tuesday into Wednesday. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be right back with sports.
To save some energy, I've used Einstein's mass energy equivalents to design the haptic suits you see in front of you. They will maintain our core body temperature while we completely turn off our heat and air conditioning. With the money we save on our Grant PUD bill, I'll be expecting that trip to Disneyland this year.
You don't need to be a super genius to save energy and money. Visit grantpud.org to learn how.
The new flamethrower cheeseburger now with a $5 lunch. I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Gary, do you remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
Comes with a Sunday now. I can handle it.
You know your body, Gary.
Go flamethrower. Now the DQ $5 lunch comes with the new jalapeno bacon flamethrower cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. This is fan food, not fast food.
It was a rough night on the hardwood for the Jackson Quincy last night as the boys and girls were blown out by Wapato.
Jordan Blodgett and Hunter Jacob combined for 47 points, and Wapato blew out the Jacks 69-36 in Quincy last night. It was do or die for the home team, as the Jacks needed this one to stay alive in the postseason race. But Quincy wasn't up for the challenge, as the team hit for just 8 first-half points. The Wolves held a 15-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. Wapato took a 23-8 score into the locker room at the break. Quincy heated up for 28 second-half points, but it was too little too late, and the Jacks dropped the contest by 33 points. Blodgett led the Wolves' attack with 26 points. Jacob added 21. The Jacks didn't have a player hit for double figures. Quincy falls to 6-11 and closes out the season at Toppenish Friday.
It's been a woeful season for the Quincy girls, who are mired in a 15-game losing streak.
The Lady Jacks dropped a one-sided 65-32 contest to Wapato. Quincy dug itself a huge hole, down 24-7 after the first quarter was in the books. Things didn't get any better for the Lady Jacks in the second 8 minutes of action, and the team trailed 36-15 at the break. The Wolves broke the game wide open with a 29-17 second-half run. Wapato's Isa Aureliano knocked down a game-high 17 points. Teammate Taryn Hart added 16. Liz Nielsen and Rachel Faw had 10 apiece for Quincy. The 1-18 Lady Jacks remain without a league win and close out the season against the Wildcats in Toppenish Friday.
The Cougars pulled out a hard-fought 70-66 comeback win over White Swan and Warden last night. It was a tight back-and-forth contest that had the home team trailing 23-18 at the end of the first 8 minutes of action and down 39-34 at the break. Warden refocused during intermission and eased out front heading into the fourth quarter. White Swan battled back to go up by 7 with 3 minutes left. The Cougars regained the lead at the charity stripe with 60 seconds to go and were able to hold on for the W. Warden ends regular season play at Mapton Friday with the 2B South Conference title on the line. Shania Kisler knocked down a game-high 20 points, and Warden snapped a 2-game skid with a 59-47 win over White Swan. Kisler had been out of action for 3 weeks, nursing a bad ankle. She was cleared to play Tuesday morning and came through with a gutty performance to help Warden nail down a spot in the postseason. Alicia Gonzalez added 15 points for the Cougars. Bailey Whitney drained 11. Warden moves to 5-4 on the season and finishes at Mapton Friday. District play gets underway on the 10th at Eastmont High in East Wenatchee. We'll be back after this commercial break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about how the Moses Lake High School Key Club fundraiser helped children and women on the other side of the world. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
On weeknights, Moses Lake High School is usually empty as most students are spending time with family, earning some money at a job, or trying to get through mountains of homework. But in the school's choir room, there's a group of students sticking around late to do what they can to get involved in causes for communities both local and abroad. On most Monday nights, the high school's Key Club gets together to set up volunteering and fundraising opportunities. The club is an extension of the Moses Lake Kiwanis Club, and last fall they spent 2 months selling handmade bracelets as part of the effort to combat child poverty and prostitution on the other side of the Pacific. Threads of Hope is an organization based in the Philippines dedicated to providing a means for children of impoverished families to earn a life-sustaining income while also protecting them from the dangers of exploitation. Moses Lake Senior and Key Club Lieutenant Governor Ariana Regimbal spearheaded the project and talked about what the club was able to do with the money they raised.
How I found Threads of Hope was with other kids in Key Club. I went to district convention last year and there was a table with all kinds of beautiful bracelets and bookmarks and rings and necklaces, and you can fundraise completely for Threads of Hope, or you can split half the cost and figure out which other causes you might want to be fundraising for. We sold 600 bracelets and we raised $1,200, and $600 goes back to Threads of Hope, the program, and we decided to split down the middle, $300 for the Moses Lake Public Library. And that's just I go to the public library a lot, and it's been very beneficial to me in my 4 years of high school. And so I thought we should be able to give back. And then the other $300 that we raised will go towards New Hope Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault Services Center. And that's because we want to help the people of Moses Lake.
New Hope Director Carolyn Pence and shelter advocate Nicole Cedillo expressed their gratitude, saying community support from groups like the Key Club is vital to what they do in helping women and children overcome some of the darkest moments of their lives.
It's a blessing, actually, of what you guys done for us. The food, the cards, the gift cards. So most of the times the ladies come in with nothing on their back. I mean, just their clothes, of course. But they don't think about grabbing a gallon of milk when they're leaving a situation, or formula for their kids, or medication. And you guys donating food, they come in, they're hungry, we give them food. The gift cards, the mom can use it if she needs to get medication for her kids, or certain things that is needed. And so that is a big, big blessing.
One of the challenges students face is the stigma of not being as involved in causes like previous generations were. Regimbal said that the work she and her classmates do in the Key Club shows that kids can and want to be involved in making the world better for everyone.
I can definitely say at Key Club we do not sit and do nothing. I'm really excited about the fact that we're kind of showing the community what it's like to be a student at Moses Lake High School, and that we do care, that we do honestly want to make a difference.
In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back after this.
We are real students, and this really is our college.
My dream will change the outcome of my life.
My college is allowing me to achieve my dream.
My dream is to be a pilot.
My dream is to be a nurse.
Only you can determine your dream. Big Bend will help you get there.
What's your dream?
Experience speed like never before when you connect to Grant PUD's high-speed network. Visit grantpud.org to learn more.
Welcome back. Grant County isn't allowing any new development on Crescent Bar until improvements for fire safety are made. Dave Nelson, the director of the Fire Marshal's Office and Building Department, presented a draft letter to the Grant County Commissioners on Tuesday morning. The letter comes as the Grant PUD and the Crescent Bar Island Homeowners Association are finalizing the details of the association's renting the island. The fire marshal said the community on the island didn't have the needed water supply or water delivery system in place, and the roads are not built for fire equipment. It may cost up to $4 million to install the upgrades to the water system, and the residents will have to pay for it. Families can make a glow bug nightlight at the Moses Lake Museum and Art Center during Free Family Saturday. The free public event runs on February 6th from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. or until supplies are gone. It's at the museum located at 401 South Balsam Street. Free Family Saturday is funded by donations through the museum's membership program, sponsorships, and the annual Feed the Mammoth fundraiser. For more information, call 509-764-3830. In Northwest News, 3 teens in Seattle are facing charges after 5 people were shot at a homeless camp. 2 of the victims have died. Cairo's Henry Rosoff has the details.
We arrived just as police were escorting away several teenagers in handcuffs after executing search warrants. They arrested a 13-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 17-year-old.
Well, I think it's always shocking when young people are involved. When I heard the ages of all 3, I was shocked by it. And again, it's a tragedy on so many levels.
Police say they'll be booked on investigation of homicide for the murders of Janine Zapata and James Tran. 3 others were injured in that shooting last Tuesday night, which police still believe was related to drug dealing.
That is a very strong working theory we're working off as low-level drug activity.
Police would not say what specific information led to the search of this camp. Investigators did say a weapon was recovered, matching the description of one of 2 guns used in the shooting.
This is still very active. A number of different scenes have been searched. A vehicle is in the process of being searched. So it's unfolding as we speak now.
It's also worth noting that people we spoke with at the encampment where the arrests happened seemed more upset with police than the fact there may have been killers among them.
I said, I figure it's the police doing their job the wrong damn way.
Komen for the Cure says a well-known cancer patient and advocate in Seattle never actually had cancer. The woman became a local celebrity while raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for the cause. The foundation is now addressing concerns about that money. Como's Michelle Esteban has the story.
For more than 10 years, Tracy Dart was the champion of cancer awareness. Over the years, she presented herself as a cancer patient and survivor and a fierce fundraiser. Susan G. Komen says she and her team raised more than $400,000 since 2006, and Tracy herself donated $28,000. Businesses in her once home of West Seattle not only know her, but donated. Everyone at West 5 Restaurant knows Tracy.
It was a shock to find out.
Dart is such a fixture in West Seattle, some call her the unofficial mayor of West Seattle.
She was a regular for a while, and last time I asked her, she said the cancer had metastasized to her bone and she wasn't going to make it. So I felt horrible for her.
This all began last week when Susan G. Komen headquarters in Dallas says it got a call from Dart's family telling them Tracy's cancer was a lie. Komen says she had been admitted to the hospital for some other condition, and that's when her family told Komen they made their discovery. News spread quickly among Team Tracy, the group that raised money together for Komen.
The first words were, Tracy doesn't have cancer. We said, hooray, she's cured. Amazing. No, she's never had cancer was the second words, and we were sitting down and it just blew our mind.
Members immediately dissolved the group. Komen insists all money raised by Team Tracy went to research and services, not Tracy. This West Seattle business owner who wants to remain anonymous says she had a fundraiser 2 years ago for Dart.
After it was all said and done, I just wrote her a check and gave her money from the sales of the party.
Michelle Esteban, Como News.
That's going to do it here for us at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.